good morning to all participants in Canada. Good evening to all participants in India, and good day to everyone. A special welcome to all members of the media in Canada and India. My name is Kalyan Sundaram. I am a member of the organizing committee for the Canada-India Healthcare Summit 2021, scheduled to take place as a virtual event on May 20th and 21st, 2021. The summit is being co-organized by Canada-India Foundation, FICCI, the Federation of India Chapters of Commerce and Industry, the Toronto Rehab Institute, and the Consulate General of India in Toronto. It's my responsibility before the start of the formal event to just state some housekeeping requests. Please keep your microphones muted throughout the event, the only exceptions being event speakers at the time of their talk. And we will, time permitting, we may take some questions. But without much ado, it is my privilege to introduce Dr. Lucky Lakshmanan, Chair of the Canada-India Healthcare Summit and former Chair of Canada-India Foundation. Dr. Lakshmanan.
This is the third Canada-India Healthcare Summit. Canada-India Foundation is hosting. The earlier ones in 2015 was held in Toronto, 2017 in New Delhi. We had excellent participation from healthcare sectors, universities, government officials. It created opportunities for members from Indian community as well as the Canadian community to participate, develop relationship. We had participation by Government of Ontario, Government of Canada, companies like Apotex, the major generic drug manufacturers, universities from British Columbia to McGill, University of Toronto, Toronto Rehab Foundation. It created opportunities for members from India and Canada to develop relationships. Already some of the initiatives are bearing fruits. Apollo Hospital, Ayush, the discussions have started and are coming to close. And industries like Weed Technologies and Medanta are working with the institutions in Canada. And we, through this conference, are expecting a lot more activities to happen. COVID has demonstrated that we all live in a global village, irrespective of jurisdictions. And India has demonstrated how wonderful she's doing as a hub, a pharma hub for the whole world, and being generous to contribute and help other nations who don't have the manufacturing capability, which is well recognized. Canada, with international recognition for her universal healthcare, the drugs which may be costing about $60 or $80 in some jurisdictions will be supplied free for the citizens of Canada in India. That is a reflection of Canada's policies, universal healthcare, and such policies and the manufacturing capabilities. Together, we want to make sure that countries, both countries, Canada and India, benefit, bringing together academicians, bringing together the clinicians, policymakers from India, policymakers from Canada, and industries. We had major hospitals, Apollo, Hinduja, Arvind Eye Hospital, and Ayush coming and participating in the earlier conferences. From Canada, we had nearly about 40 people going to India from Toronto Rehab, and we had people from University of Manitoba, BC, Apotex, contributing intellectually and also supporting the activity. In the Indian conference, we had people like Dr. Soumya Swaminathan coming and participating, giving a plenary talk. So we already have established our relationship, but we want to continue with the journey so we can help. The COVID has clearly demonstrated in the world how important health is. Not alone the economy is one, but health is very, very important. And we bringing together all our knowledge, skills, and resources together to help both countries, and also through our relationship, help the global community. So it is very, very important that we have initiated this discussion again, the third conference. And I want to say thanks to Consul General. In a meeting in our offices when we started talking about the third conference, Kalyan and I, when we were there with Honorable Apurva Srivastava, and the discussions are progressing and the arrangements are progressing very well. Today we'll be at National Club discussing about the arrangements, and we feel strongly that healthcare is an important sector, and Canada and India coming together with the excellent strength we can serve not only Canada and India, but also help the global community. So I want to say thanks to all our members from FICCI, Dr. Alok Roy, Sarita, and others. And from Canada, I want to say thanks to Toronto Rehab. I want to say thanks to Honorable Apurva Srivastava, our Consul General, and of course, Satish, the chairman here. So Kalyan, I want to say thanks to everybody. The journey has started. We have to make sure that we do the conference to help the whole global community and take the message to both governments and industries. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Lakshman. I just want to add at this point that this media announcement is being recorded and will be made available to the media through our social media links, both Twitter as well as Facebook. I now request the Honorable Consul General of India in Toronto, Srimati Apurva Srivastava, to make her remarks.
Namaskar. Good morning to everybody in Canada and good evening everybody in India. I would begin by commending Canada-India Foundation, especially Dr. Lakshman, for taking this wonderful and timely initiative. And I would also like to thank Toronto Rehab Institute and FICCI for providing their wonderful support and partnership, without which this conference would have not been possible. As the world is reeling under this new pandemic, which has spared no one, it is the time to take stock of how we look at health, disease, and living. And that is why I think this Canada-India Healthcare Summit 2021 is an extremely timely initiative. It will help create synergies between India and Canada in jointly addressing some of the pressing challenges that have come forth post-COVID period. And I'm really excited and honored to be part of this initiative. The key themes selected in the for the summit, post-COVID healthcare, biotechnology, AI, they are highly relevant and totally cutting edge. And these deliberations will help in leveraging R&D in healthcare, biotechnology, and AI to create economic opportunities and better delivery of universal healthcare. I'm also super excited about this CIF Kite Institute Power Play pitch for innovators and startup, because startup, as you know, startup system is it's very strong both in Canada and India. So it will provide opportunities for the youth to participate in this wonderful summit. As you know, as pharmacy of the world, India has been providing medicines and vaccines to several countries across the world, and with a well-established domestic manufacturing base and low-cost skilled manpower, a wonderful R&D. India's cost of production is nearly 33% lower, and we provide around close to 70% of the global vaccine manufacturing capacity. And we have shown during the pandemic our strength and potential. We have the lowest fertility rate and the fastest recovery rate in the world. And as you know, India is also part of the vaccine solution. 2 of our vaccines, one of which is totally indigenous, has been approved. In the largest vaccination drive of the world, we have already vaccinated 4 million frontline workers in last 18 days. And true to our spirit of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, that is, world as a family, India has delivered essential medicines to all our neighbors and across the world, right up to Brazil, Middle East, neighborhood, Africa. And we to show our, the potential of India, we have, even during before the COVID hit us, we were totally dependent on exports, imports on things like PPE kits, masks, ventilators, and testing kits. During the Corona period, India boosted its strength. And how? I mean, today we are not only become self-reliant in that, but have become the second largest manufacturer, and we are exporting it to several countries. So this is how India has risen up to the thing. And there's a lot of scope for India and Canada to come together. While Canada is very strong in research and innovation, India offers scale and affordability. So the Canada-India Healthcare Summit 2021 will provide an excellent opportunities for experts from both sides to discuss and explore biotechnology and AI-driven healthcare solutions. And I would request all of you to give concrete suggestions for the government also to facilitate any problems which the sector is facing on the business side, on the industry side. It will also give an opportunity to exchange best practices, technology, and innovation. And I would like to say thank to all of you who have come together to organize this wonderful summit. My best wishes for the summit, and we are here for anything you need and any follow-up which will be done, for the success of the summit. Thank you so much.
It's my turn now to request Mr. Satish Thakkar, who is the chair of Canada-India Foundation. And of course, Canada-India Foundation has been organizing several Canada-India theme forums, including 2 PS healthcare forums. Satish bhai, your turn.
Thank you, Kalyan. Good morning, good evening to our friends in India, and namaskar. It's great to be here. And friends, as we have heard from Dr. Lakshman and our Consul General of India in Toronto, that this year's Healthcare Forum will take up for the discussion on 3 main thrust areas, which is post-pandemic response, biotech, and AI. And this year has been a very remarkable one, as it took us to deep into despair, but also showed us what science and technology can do by introducing vaccine in the shortest possible time. And this dramatic turnaround would not have happened but for the contribution of the biotech and AI and the political will of many governments. And this is a clear signal that we can all overcome the greatest of the challenges if we can work together and set some kind of a common goal. And it shows that what a good can come out of the collaboration between countries and institutions. And just take an example that a vaccine developed in England is being manufactured in an Indian facility today and serving to the whole world. And we believe that there are so many avenues where Canada and India can also come together and take advantage of the synergies that exist. And that's what all about Canada-India Foundation is, that we start or initiate the discussions and dialogue that how Canada and India can work together in different sectors. Dr. Lakshman has been always a champion on our healthcare forum and others. And we are very, very privileged to have Consul General along FICCI and all UHN on all other partners with us on this forum, and looking forward to this great and exciting forum taking shape. And we will be starting some of the webinar series also shortly, which will build up the forum. And all the media partners who have joined today, thank you so very much. And friends, we are looking forward to a great forum taking shape, and also this launching event. And thank you all for joining.
It's my pleasure now to request Dr. Alok Roy, who's the chair of the Healthcare Services Committee of FICCI and a member of the organizing committee of the Healthcare Summit, to make his remarks. Dr. Roy, please.
Namaskar. Anybody who thought that health is not important for economy has really realized it going through a lot of hardship. 2 days back, we had our budget was presented by Honorable Finance Minister. And the first pillar of budget was, among the 6 pillars, health and well-being. So I think this is the most opportune moment for us to get together and see how we can help our stakeholders. FICCI takes great pleasure in joining hands with Canada-India Foundation, Toronto Rehab Center, UHN, and very happy to have associate with Consul General of India in Toronto for organizing the Canada-India Healthcare Summit 2021. We have been together for many years, which would further strengthen ties between Canada and India in the field of healthcare. The pandemic has led to an unparalleled collaboration between healthcare stakeholders around the world to advance a COVID-19 vaccine. There couldn't be a better example than what happened, where the vaccine used to take 15 years, 20 years. Under a year, we found a vaccine, and we found an effective vaccine we manufactured and distributed, which speaks volumes about the human possibilities and resilience. As we are beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel of this devastating pandemic, many countries have begun to vaccinate frontline workers and critical care patients. India has also successfully initiated its first phase of COVID-19 vaccination. The success of global COVID vaccination drive will largely depend upon the quality of training conducted, health functionaries for vaccination activities, mobilization activities, and communication training for all workers involved in the process. Moreover, vaccine safety needs to be ensured during storage, transportation, and delivery of vaccine with sufficient logistics so that there are no leakages in the delivery system. I'm happy to share that FICCI has been working extensively in the health sector since past 15 years to provide thought leadership in suggesting policy and regulatory reforms in the healthcare sector. Some of our major achievements have been in the fields of quality, standardization, digital health, electronic health records, healthcare innovations, nursing reforms, etc. Few FICCI healthcare knowledge papers released recently include Leapfrogging to a Digital Healthcare System, Strategy Paper on Protecting India Public-Private Partnership for Vaccinating Against COVID. FICCI Health Service Committee has been actively supporting the government at multiple levels through policy and strategic interventions and information education as a response to COVID-19, such as strategies for strengthening the number of specialist doctors in India for augmenting healthcare human resources for COVID. When 3 months back, when Government of India wanted to launch the vaccine, and in preparation for that, they asked FICCI, and FICCI along with EY created a paper, and we are very happy to let you know that most of our recommendations were adopted in the vaccine rolling out scheme by Government of India, which speaks the kind of information and the way information is culled, which even Government of India found very nice and very useful. E-learning modules on COVID-19 for capacity building of healthcare workers, private sector intervention roadmap to tackle COVID. It was very clear from the beginning when FICCI got involved that unless you involve private sector, it is not possible to roll out the vaccines. And this is exactly what Government of India did to a great success of its rollout. Recommendations for telemedicine, home health care, and framework for fewer clinics, COVID-19 hospitals and centers. IEC material on personal hygiene, social distancing, travel safety, and hospital preparedness, training and protection of healthcare workforce. Besides whatever right steps India has taken, one of the reasons which is being cited as a success of controlling COVID pandemic in India is because of the mask implementation in the country and the rigor with which it was implemented across the board. So that is one of the very strong reasons why we could control pandemic. The ability to deal with new and accentuated challenges and our resilience will determine our success to adjust to the new normal and be prepared for the post-COVID world. Healthcare undoubtedly offers immense opportunities for collaboration. Canada could lower its cost of universal healthcare by using India's trained medical manpower, expertise in information technology, and alternative medicines, and its successful generic drug research and development and manufacturing industry. On the other hand, India and Canada could collaborate to provide quality healthcare both in terms of services and equipments to the world. We hope that the summit will result in healthcare solution providers from the two countries to collaborate using the public-private partnership model for mutual benefit.
Thank you, Dr. Roy. It's nice to hear from you. I now would like to request Dr. Arun Chokkalingam, who is the chair of the technical committee and a person who's really putting the technical element of the program together with the representatives from FICCI and with the Toronto Rehab Institute. And he's going to describe the program to us now. Dr. Chokkalingam?
Namaskar, everyone. Good morning to my colleagues in Canada and good evening to the people who have joined from India. It's a great honor for me to be part of this initiative to work towards the collaboration which is much needed between the two countries and to bring valuable help to people in all parts of the world. The Canada-India Healthcare Summit will focus on how to build on public-private partnership and also to bring the value of science to the forefront. And in this respect, already Consul General Apurvaji has already mentioned, as well as CAF President Mr. Satish Thakur also mentioned what the various components are. So we will be focusing on the biotechnology, artificial intelligence, and their contribution to lower and to curb COVID-related pandemics, as well as the post-COVID because we are assuming by the time the conference comes, we will be out of COVID. That's our wishful thinking and hope it will happen. And the post-COVID initiatives, what needs to be done and what have we learned and how we can focus on any such thing and be prepared for the future pandemics. So in terms of artificial intelligence, we will be facing global challenges in diagnostic imaging, supporting the elderly in the long-term care homes, using blockchains, as well as vaccine distribution, as well as supporting small and medium enterprises. They are the backbones, and they will increase the economy and the health of the people. In terms of biotechnology, the group is already working on biotechnological advancements in infection techniques, food safety, cell and gene therapy, and have also helped in combating pandemics. And finally, with the pandemic response, while the world is still battling the effects of current pandemic, it is important to reflect what has and what has not worked in response strategies worldwide, including Canada and India. We will address these issues and lessons learned that need to be learned to combat the future pandemics. Ladies and gentlemen, the conference is in May, but the work has already begun in October of 2019. The scientists and the policymakers from both countries have joined hands, and we have got teams working in all three areas, and the webinars which Mr. Thakkar alluded to will be happening in the month of February and March. So the first webinar will happen on February 24th, particularly on biotechnology. And the second webinar will be on post-pandemic or the pandemic response, and the initiatives will happen on March 10th. Then on March 25th, we will have the artificial intelligence and its contribution to curb COVID-related pandemic. And it is very enlightening to see the collaboration already starting between the two countries and the exchange of knowledge. And these three webinars will culminate with a white paper, which will be a policy document that will help guide both the governments. Apurvaji, you were asking about advice from the scientific community and the industries. It will come together, and it is a privilege and honor for me and our Canadian colleagues to work with the Indian colleagues to bring about the most needed healthcare to millions and billions of people around the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chokkalingam. Just want to reiterate at this point just the structure of the event itself, in that it will take place over 2 days on May 20th and May 21st. It will be pretty much the morning, the early part of the day for people in Canada and the later part of the day for people in India, to account for the time differences. I now request Mr. Ritesh Malik, National Convener of Canada-India Foundation, to give a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Kalyanji. Namaskar and greetings to everyone. I am Ritesh Malik, National Convener, Canada-India Foundation. Thank you all, especially members of the media from both India and Canada, and all distinguished guests from both countries for tuning in today. As you've heard from our expert speakers, the upcoming CIF Health Forum will be a great opportunity to learn about some of the latest developments in biotech and AI as it relates to healthcare, including combating the COVID-19 and similar viruses that may emerge in the future. This is also an opportunity, I believe, for taking a wider and holistic view on how we deal with the future healthcare needs of humanity. As we speak, there is a Quebec-based company, Medisago, in an advanced stage of developing a purely plant-based COVID-19 vaccine. The Canadian government has committed to buy 76 million doses after final approvals. If successful, it will change the way we look at ancient systems of medicine like Ayurveda. The CIF Health Forum allows us to identify and explore potential areas where Canada and India can collaborate on healthcare. It may be an ideal time to combine some of the old wisdom with modern medical science by applying the latest tools available from biotech and AI to test and validate certain claims. Technology today can help some of the proven treasures from ancient and even breakthroughs in modern science to reach masses both fast and in most cost-effective way. What Dr. Roy said earlier, how India can help universal healthcare in Canada with both quality of healthcare and reduced costs is a win-win situation for both countries. This should be a top priority in given circumstances where all countries, I think, need to find a balance between expenditure and healthcare for people in future. Once again, thanks to all the media who took part in today's meet. A very special thanks to our Consul General of India, Toronto, Srimati Apurva Srivastavji, Dr. Alok Roy from FICCI, Dr. Lakshman and Dr. Chokalingam, Mr. Satish Thakkar for putting this all together. And we hope you will all continue to extend your support and share your experience and wisdom to make CIF Health Forum 2021 Toronto an outstanding event. Thank you. Namaste. Stay safe. Stay well.
In case there are anybody has any questions, they can unmute themselves and ask a question. But in the website also, we are planning to put together a Q&A for potential questions that people may have to cover all scenarios.
Kalyan, I think we have Ramesh Bhai, who's a key pioneer, our past chair of Canada India Foundation, and he's very active on healthcare sector. Ramesh Bhai, would you like to share some of your thoughts, your experience, and any point of advice for this forum? Please unmute yourself, Ramesh Bhai.
We should focus on the India's robust pharmaceutical industry, which supplies about 78% of world's needs of the pharmaceutical raw materials. I think, and Canada imports about 72% of generic drugs or generic raw materials from India. And 20 years ago, they all thought that Indian pharmaceutical raw materials were of poor, substandard quality. But we have been dealing with India for such a long time, and their quality is second to none. In 20 years, we just had one rejection, which speaks a lot, and it's a very robust API industry that India has, and India is a supplier to the world really for the generic raw materials. We should involve companies like Apotex, Pharmascience, Teva, Mylan to be part of this initiative. Vaccine is fine, so if it is, the pandemic will be controlled, but the thing is, it will be like a flu, and the vaccine will be ongoing. You'll have to have a vaccination every year, and this is going to be in Canada. It's going to be rolled out to the pharmacies. We've already been informed, that it will be rolled out, and they have done this in the U.S. Again, the vaccine supplies from India will continue to flow into Canada as well, eventually. So I think
Thank
we
you.
should invite people, the eminent speakers like Pankaj Patel, who is who they are going through phase 3 trials. The CEO of Bharat Serum, and also if we can get Poonawalla, would be great.
Before we ask to close the program, and I would like to thank Khalid Saeed and his team for providing the technical coordination of this Zoom conference. Now I'll request Dr. Lakshmanan to make his concluding remarks. And yeah, Dr. Lakshmanan, please.
Thank you very much, Kalyan. Thanks for all of you joining this meeting. In closing, I just want to make a mention that health is a very, very important issue, and government and industry alone cannot fully resolve the challenges. Civil society has come forward and worked together, and that is the reason institutions like Canada India Foundation and FICCI and all come together for joining hands with government and industries to make sure that all the resources are brought together to address the need of the hour. The fact that post-COVID has made us recognize how important health is. And in this conference, we also plan to recognize startup companies and the people with innovative ideas, to provide them, to recognize them with awards, so that we may be requesting startup companies or people with some ideas to submit some proposals, and that will be recognized at the time of conference. We also are thinking of putting an endowment fund, but this is civil society and others coming together. And here I request our members, FICCI, to help us. So this will be helpful for conducting research in diabetes, kidney, cancer, and heart attack, supporting youngsters to do research with the eminent professors in Canadian universities. So these are two items that will happen beyond this conference. I want participation and help from FICCI with their huge membership in India to help us, to help the community, to help the global citizens. I also want to say, here is an opportunity, Canada India Foundation, together with our eminent colleagues, doing this conference. At the end of the day, we must ensure that the effort that we put is for the community's benefit. And as Apotex came forward earlier, supporting the conference, and we are requesting the industries to come forward and help us to make the conference a great success. I want to thank Apurva ji. She is actually instrumental in putting our thoughts to get this conference started. When I had the meeting in her office with Kalyan, I want to say thanks to Apurva ji for helping us to initiate these ideas. Well, friends, thank you very much. We'll meet you virtually on May 20th and 21st. Today, we are visiting the site, making the arrangements, and the webinars will be happening, so we'll continue to engage ourselves. And thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. Bye-bye.